ESI regarding removing glass from recyclable material and adding corrugated cardboard to recyclable material. David.
I think I have somebody here from IESI who would like to speak on this subject for us. Come on up.
Great.
Mayor, council members, thank you for allowing me to come up and speak. My name is Chuck Muncie. I'm the new district manager for Austin. And I also have with me Matt Myers from BFI, who's our current vendor for our recycling products, who's going to actually go into more depth on what we're asking to do. And I also want to introduce Jeff Gonzalez, who's our new operation manager for ISI of Austin. They will be actually taking care of and helping take care of Pflugerville. What we come to ask for is to remove glass from the recycling waste stream and actually add cardboard to it. And there's a couple reasons why, and Matt's going to go into more detail on that, but it actually is costing us money to dispose of glass, and it actually gets basically thrown in the landfill. So if it's all right with the mayor and the council members, I'm going to turn it over to Matt to let him speak more in depth on it.
Good evening, council people. I'm the recycling consultant at the Allied Waste BFI recycling facility that we operate off 10420 Metric Boulevard. And we've been there since 2001, and we operate a 50,000 square foot facility in which we have two sort lines, one for paper and the other one for the commingled residential curbside materials. And currently we're processing about 4,000 to 5,000 tons of material a month. First thing I want to say is the city of Pflugerville and ISI, you've done a great job in increasing the amount of material that you recycle. Since 2002, you used to average about 27 tons of newspaper and 18 tons of commingled aluminum, steel cans, plastic milk, water, soda containers, and glass bottles and jars. Right now in 06, you're averaging about 35 tons of newspaper and 25 tons of the commingled items. But since we relocated our facility in 2001 from East Austin to our current location, we are not recovering and marketing glass bottles and jars. And I'll go over the reasons why. One of the reasons is it's glass breaks. And when you're putting it out on the curb, when you're picking it up from the curb, dumping it on the tipping floor in the sorting facility, you're scooping it up, putting it on a sort line. And on a semi-automated sort line, when people are picking off glass bottles and jars from a sort line going in front of them, they're only picking up the whole pieces. So with the amount of breakage you get a lot of residual going out to the landfill, even when we were marketing it at our other facility in East Austin. So, and with the breakage, you get a lot of cross-contamination with the other items. Glass contaminates aluminum, plastic doesn't contaminate steel cans, but glass even cross-contaminates itself. When you send glass cullet to a facility that accepts quality glass cullet, it's got to be one color only. Clear glass is made in clear, brown into brown, and green into green. So, again, with broken glass, it's also wear and tear on our conveyor belts. It causes problems with our baling wire tie facility. So when you have downtime, it's productivity time, which drives up the cost of recycling. So another big issue is the markets. And the markets for quality glass cullet, and quality glass cullet is that broken glass of one color that is free of any plastic or metal contamination. And here in the state, there's only one market for that quality glass cullet, and that's Owens, Illinois. They have a facility in Waco. And we were in East Austin. We used to be able to ship glass directly to them back in the early to mid-90s. Then it got to the point with the contamination, they cut off everybody. And they basically said that you need to send this material to a third-party processor, which we started doing in the mid-90s. And those two third-party processors are Delubach and Strategic Materials. And it was to the point we were shipping them in dumps of one-color glass. They were paying us something for it initially, but it eventually got to the point we were issuing invoices. They weren't paying for us. This went on for 2 years. We didn't get paid. So at that point, then we had to start implementing tipping fees for taking that material at our facility in East Austin. So that's for the quality glass. And the markets for the commingled glass cullets, where the colors can be mixed together, those are limited as well. It would be the Texas Department of Transportation has tried to accept some commingled glass cullet for road base, But again, that situation and market is limited right now. And that's not to say that that won't expand in the future. But right now, that's not the case. So markets is a big problem. Glass is made from silica, and silica sand is one of the most plentiful natural resources we have. And unlike trees that make fiber, so we try to emphasize we're using our recycling systems to serve non-renewable resources like paper and plastic. So another thing, glass is inert. There's no leachate that's generated from glass, and no methane that's generated. So glass is one of the more suitable items that can go in a landfill and won't cause problems. So for those reasons, we're not accepting glass, and we're trying to leave it out completely from our residential curbside programs and our providers like ISI. So, but what we offer instead is adding more items to your fiber stream. Typically, most typically do newspapers and magazines. But we propose adding, in addition to just cardboard, mixed residential office paper, junk mail, catalogs, even phone books. Adding those items to your paper stream are going to add to your overall tons recovered and recycled. And that's what we want to offer to do. And to help do that, we're offering to do educational outreach, working with ISI to distribute flyers to all your residents. We always offer to do tours of our facility for any group of people, schools. Doing tours at our facility is like just on-hands education, and that's something we will always offer to do. So, and again, there might be residents here in town that are just really highly motivated to recycle glass. And if they want to, Ecology Action has a drop-off center on 8th Street and I-35. They still have roll-offs where they can accept glass bottles and jars. So there's still an option for glass. So that, in a nutshell, is the situation concerning glass. Are there any questions that you'll have in reference to the situation?
Questions?
What is the, and this is pretty familiar for staff, I mean, I just, from a question, based on the contract, when is the contract up for renewal?
This contract, what we're going to do is they're going to put this change in the contract, and it'll be coming back to you either in 2 weeks or next month to change this.
No, I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about the contract.
October. I think it's October is when it's due again, if I'm not mistaken.
So this would be an early change?
Yes, sir.
Instead of waiting until?
Yes, sir. And we wanted to bring this to you because we know recycling is really a big issue, but it's going to the landfill anyway. So we're really not accomplishing anything if it's going to the landfill. So we thought we'd bring it forward to you and let you hear about it before we make those changes, and then maybe we can do the cardboard and different things to help do a little more recycling in the community.
This is really
That will
nothing
come
new.
back.
They kind of gave us a prelude to it back when
Yes.
we talked about renewing our contract. So it shouldn't
I mean,
really
I
be
don't
a
have
surprise.
I don't have a problem with this. I have a problem with changing it midstream. It sounds like to me, from the explanation that he just gave, is that they're losing money recycling glass. All right, so we don't want to recycle glass. We want to recycle something else because we're losing money recycling glass. And when you enter into a contract, you stick with that contract through the length of time of the contract, and then you change it at that point in time when the contract comes up for renewal. You don't change it midstream. Now, if the city gets something back that we think is something good, obviously they're offering to. I haven't done any analysis on it, but I mean, obviously they're offering to recycle something else. But I don't think that it's up to us to change a contract because they're losing money on recycling a certain item. So I mean, we need to look at it.
Bless you.
That's certainly one way to look at it. I see if it's going to the dump, we can at least get something else to recycle. We could leave it in the contract, and I guess it still goes to the dump. So, and one of the big things that I'm looking forward to them to do is some more of the educational type things. We're working on them to even try to do us a video for our use of RC10 that talks about recycling also. So we're going to keep working on them on that part also.
And to address that, we actually have our we have a PR manager in corporate that is actually coming down about the second week of April. We've already lined up a video company to do the videotape, and we're actually going to do it in the city limits of Pflugerville. And she's going to actually help write the script for the educational videos. So that should be coming to you, I would say, no later than the end of April, 1st of May.
Are there any other questions? The next step is for ISI to bring forward a proposed contract change. Is there anyone who has a problem with the next step? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we appreciate you allowing us to be your vendor for your solid waste.
Thank you. And I think we did a contract change.
Next, we have a presentation from Police Chief Hooker